December. Welcome to the end of all the bullshit. I would do COVID jokes, but COVID's over, right? It was like, so last year or this year or every year for the rest of our lives? I don't know. Okay. On Halloween, I love to play a fun game. It's called Drunken Where's Waldo? Because everyone's dressed up in costumes, so it's just like the Where's Waldo books that I used to read as a kid because I was illiterate, and it's just pictures. So like, I got the first two words, those are on the cover, it was good. So Drunken Where's Waldo? Play this at home, in the convenience of whatever street you party in. I look for people breaking up. I look for someone attempting to cheat on their spouse, and someone urinating on someone else without either of them realizing it. That's what I do. It's Drunken Where's Waldo. It's so much fun. That's Halloween. Now Thanksgiving, right? I mean, I'm running the gamut here. We eat, right? And then one of our New Year's resolutions is to lose weight. So I have found that, honestly, just for me, because of my superficiality, I purposely argue with my family in October about the costumes that they're going to wear so that I'm not welcomed at the table on Thanksgiving and I don't have any extra weight to lose. These aren't even jokes, this is just confession. It's a real situation. So then December comes around, and December is spend, right? Because of Christmas. So I actually, in the beginning of the month, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get this when I leave today. I get myself every year a really nice little gift. It's simple, it's lightweight, fits in your pocket, it's just for you. In the beginning of December, I go to an ATM and I get a receipt to show how much is in my balance. And then I don't buy anybody anything. And then that number is just that or higher in January. And that's just a little special for me. Right here, right in the pocket, there it is. Now, when you're doing like all this like Christmas shopping, you're not actually like going and getting anything. You're like, all right, in between watching porn, I guess I'll click on my Amazon cart for you, Grandma, right? While watching stepmom porn. I mean, is this me? Anyway, they're not related. Or are they? I don't know. So you're buying all this stuff and you're making all these online purchases, which are terrifying because you're putting all of your information in this computer, right? Your address, your name, your freaking social, your credit card number, expiration dates, CVVs. If you guys could just call those out real quick, just so you guys get the jokes. But that's really scary. But you know, there's all these services where if you give them money and all of your information, they make sure they're the only people who take your money. It's like the online mafia. Or it's also like having a spouse. Like, just give me all your cards. They're safer with me. No one else is going to take it. Like when your neighbors steal your packages because they want it close to home, you know? My neighbors actually check my mail for me. I never asked them to. They just... They have access to the box. Why not? So this is another true story. Growing up, I had two sisters, an older sister and a younger sister. My mom, no dad. Anyway, welcome to a Lifetime movie called My Youth. Anyway, so my mom always made sure that during Christmas we had two things. We had a Christmas tree, and it was covered in Christmas lights. She always made sure we had those two things because a lot of times we didn't get shit else. See, the tree was to remind us that we lived indoors, and the lights were to show that we had electricity. Merry fucking Christmas. So she's like, a lot of kids don't, and I'm like, not on this block. Some of those kids have lights outside their house. Linda. Anyway, I called her Linda because that's her name, and I'm polite. So being a parent can be really difficult, right? Because you do the whole Santa game, and then you have like this horrible sit down between the age of like 8 and 13 or 26 if they're special. And you're like, hey, Santa Claus isn't real. So that can be a really awkward conversation because like you lose all their trust. So like, oh my God, Santa Claus isn't real. Is that really my dad? Is that my uncle or just a really affectionate guy who comes by during the holidays? Like, I don't know, I don't believe anything anymore. How does one parent avoid that awkward conversation? Now look, I am actually going to start a service. It's really, really simple. Here's what we do. All right. From me, you will purchase an $80 kit. And this $80 kit has a plate of cookies, a bloody Santa Claus suit, and a shovel. And here's what happens, right? To avoid this awkward conversation, what you do is you just put the bloody Santa Claus suit like in the ground somewhere with a shovel next to it. And then the kid comes down trying to beat you to wake up, oh, where's the presents? And you're like, there's no presents. And honey, could you just sit down for a second? Mommy needs to talk to you. Look, you know how your dad was like obsessed with having a gun in the house? I didn't even want a gun, okay? So this guy, he just crept in at like 1 o'clock in the morning. And I got startled. Your dad was asleep. He's drunk. He was asleep. And so I shot Santa Claus. And I'm just so sorry. But Mommy's going to need you to help dig. Okay? I'm just going to need to be supportive during this time. And if you could just not tell your friends at all. See, what's great about that is that there's so much trauma associated with Christmas. They will never want a gift, ever. I've saved you thousands of dollars. And when those other kids try to tell your kid that Santa Claus isn't real, they're gonna go with it because they just found an accomplice in their head. Like, oh, of course he's not. People just made it up, right? I love my mom. Okay. I'm just saying, it's my idea. No, so then we got New Year's, right? So again, New Year's resolution is to rejuvenate your online reputation, to lose weight, and to get out of debt. But I've just taught you how to resolve all 3 of those before the year ever begins. Now, if you're single on New Year's, your only New Year's resolution is not to be single on Valentine's Day. That's it. That's all. Because come Valentine's Day, if you don't have anyone, you're just like, I'm just going to eat, and I'm going to guilt spend, I'm going to buy outfits I never have a chance to wear, because I love me, and I think I look good in it. I'm going to finish with this. Valentine's Day is also a really popular day for unoriginal men to propose. So original. Oh my God. 2 things. 1, if you are thinking about proposing, my advice, about 1 or 2 months before you're going to pop the question, when you're sitting down on the couch just watching movies, put in the movie Blood Diamond. And when you give her a $450 cubic zirconia, you're not cheap. You're culturally considerate. And finally, I don't think it's good to propose on Valentine's Day. I think a much better day to propose is April 1st. Just in case, because you're like, oh no, I was actually tying my shoe. Of course it's too soon. Come on, are you kidding me? I've only been supporting you for 2.5 years while you pursue this career of yours that consists of no money whatsoever, and I pretended to get along with your mother, but of course it's too soon. Happy holidays.
Y'all keep it going for Christopher Anthony. Y'all, that shit is so fucked up when I found out about Santa Claus, y'all. I was so upset. My mama was like, baby, I need to talk to you about something. I was like, what the fuck you need to talk to me about? Ain't nobody coming down no chimney, baby.